How to increase sodium levels in elderly naturally. This post is for informational purposes only and should not be used in place of the advice of a medical professional. Sodium plays a pivotal role in maintaining the health of elderly people. It is an essential mineral that helps regulate body fluids, blood volume, and blood pressure. However, older adults are at a higher risk of developing health issues associated with both high and low sodium levels. In this video, we will look at how to increase sodium levels in elderly naturally, as well as explore other topics relevant to sodium levels. Maintaining sodium levels is a balancing act that requires a combination of dietary changes, recognition of symptoms, and awareness of how much salt and water should be consumed. Seeking advice from a healthcare provider to better understand individual dietary needs and to use urine tests and blood tests as tools for monitoring sodium levels is advisable. To maintain normal sodium levels and avoid health complications such as dehydration, confusion, and more severe cases that can lead to death, it's critical for elderly people to take proactive steps toward managing their sodium intake and overall hydration. Dietary changes. A healthy diet is fundamental for maintaining electrolyte balance, including sodium levels. It's important for older adults to consume enough sodium through their diet. Including sodium-rich foods like cottage cheese, chicken breasts, and fresh meat can help maintain adequate blood sodium levels. Care should be taken not to exceed the recommended amount of sodium, as too much salt can lead to high blood pressure and heart disease. Foods high in sodium. To naturally boost sodium levels, incorporate sodium-rich foods into your diet. These include cheese. Options like cottage cheese not only add flavor but also provide a good amount of sodium. Seafood. Many types of seafood, including shellfish, are naturally high in sodium. Salted nuts, a handful of these can help increase your sodium intake. Eating these foods can help elevate the blood sodium level, which is crucial for maintaining fluid balance and proper muscle and nerve functions. Physical activity. Regular physical activity can help regulate body fluids and blood volume, which is linked to sodium balance. However, during activities that cause a lot of sweat, it's essential to replace the lost fluids and salt. Adequate hydration. Drinking enough water is important, however, too much water can dilute the concentration of sodium in your body, leading to hyponatremia. It is important for older adults to balance their water intake with their sodium intake, ensuring they consume enough water to stay hydrated without over-diluting their bodily fluids. Sensible salt intake. While too much salt can lead to health issues, utilizing salt sensibly by adding it to your food preparation in your diet is an easy home remedy for preventing low levels of sodium. Recognizing the signs of low sodium. Hyponatremia, a condition reflecting low levels of sodium in the blood, can lead to symptoms such as muscle cramps and loss of energy, and in severe cases, it may result in complications like heart attacks or congestive heart failure. Therefore, it's crucial to monitor and manage sodium intake to keep it within the normal range, particularly in elderly individuals who may have underlying medical conditions or be taking medications that affect sodium balances. Common symptoms of hyponatremia include nausea and vomiting can significantly impact your dietary intake and further exacerbate sodium depletion. A headache or confusion can affect your ability to think clearly or perform daily tasks. General weakness or fatigue could hinder your mobility and physical activity. More severe symptoms might encompass muscle cramps and increased muscle weakness, which are often due to an imbalance in body fluids and essential electrolyte levels. If you feel an uncharacteristic sense of lethargy or notice any loss of energy, these could be further indicators of low blood sodium. Complications of prolonged low sodium levels. For elderly persons, not having enough sodium in your diet, or the medical condition of chronic hyponatremia, can lead to severe, life-threatening complications if not addressed, such as acute hyponatremia. This is a more rapid decrease in sodium levels, which might cause seizures or coma due to the swift change affecting your brain and other organs. In severe cases, continued low sodium can disrupt the normal range of sodium concentrations necessary for fluid balance and electrolyte balance, leading to exacerbated health issues including heart disease and congestive heart failure. Persistent insufficient sodium intake can also contribute to chronic kidney disease, adversely affect your blood volume, and put a strain on your blood vessels. Maintaining proper hydration. Maintaining proper hydration is crucial for older adults, especially when there's a need to increase sodium levels naturally. The human body needs a precise balance of sodium and water to function efficiently, which can be a sensitive equilibrium in elderly people due to their susceptibility to health problems. To maintain healthy sodium levels, it's important to manage fluid intake properly. Water intake, aim for a balanced amount of water consumption. While individual needs vary, a general guideline is to drink when you're thirsty and to sufficiently hydrate before and after physical activity. Monitor sodium intake. Too much salt can increase the risk for high blood pressure and heart disease, but not enough sodium could lead to symptoms of low sodium levels such as loss of energy and concentration difficulties. Food choices. Consume sodium-rich foods in moderation, such as dairy products and salty condiments like soy sauce. Opt for fresh meat and fresh fruit to limit salt intake. Read labels. Pay attention to sodium content on labels, especially with packaged and restaurant foods, where salt content can be high. Frequently asked questions. How can elderly patients recover from hyponatremia? Recovery from hyponatremia requires medical treatment that addresses both the amount of fluid in the body and the underlying cause of the sodium imbalance. Dietary changes to increase salt intake may be recommended, and in severe cases, intravenous saline solutions might be administered under a healthcare provider's supervision. What is the typical recovery time for elderly patients with low sodium? The recovery time for elderly patients with low sodium can vary widely depending on the severity of the condition and the presence of any additional health complications. Mild hyponatremia may resolve quickly with proper intervention, while chronic or acute hyponatremia may require longer-term management and monitoring through blood tests and follow-up medical care. Conclusion: we have found that maintaining optimal sodium levels is crucial for the overall health and well-being of elderly individuals. With the increased risk of health issues associated with both high and low sodium levels, it is important to be mindful of sodium intake and fluid balance. By incorporating a healthy diet rich in sodium, monitoring fluid intake, and seeking guidance from healthcare providers, elderly individuals can effectively manage their sodium levels. Remember, an individualized approach is needed for each person, especially if there are underlying medical conditions or medications that affect sodium balance. Consulting a healthcare provider is recommended for a personalized plan. Thank you for watching. To read the full article, go to livingyourSeniorLife.com. The link can be found in the video description.